Do you hear the kids in the background behind the, or is my headphones doing a good job blocking it out?
Bro, $20 headphones do a fantastic job at blocking it out. Don't stress it.
All right, but you don't hear them, right? Oh, that's what I'm asking you guys.
No, you're good.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Yay, we're back.
We're back after like 2 years.
I know.
Well, at least we're
What's up,
back.
guys?
And we have 40
Happy Ramadan.
minutes.
I know. I don't know about it.
Yeah.
Ramadan Kareem.
Yeah.
Ramadan and ding dongs. That's what like the one chaplain I used to work with. He told me that one day. I was like, what?
Yeah, I had a white boss who said that, but did you see the one I posted on my story? I don't know why I thought that was so funny.
No.
Nah, all right, all right.
All right. So how's your
Anyway,
guys' Ramadan?
alhamdulillah, it's not I wouldn't it's not one of my top fives, I feel like, but I don't
Really?
Yeah.
know, maybe it is. Maybe
It's
it
not
is.
it's
Yeah.
definitely been like low on the list for me.
I feel like
Um
it's not
Okay,
my
tell
top
me.
fives.
Talk. Speak
not
about it.
not that like I'm hating on Ramadan, I'm hating on the personal experience of it. Like,
Why?
'cause
Because you're not like on cloud nine, like on some fake Sufi type stuff?
yeah, I mean,
Honestly,
I expected to be
yeah.
on that fake Sufi cloud, but like, I'm just not on it. No, actually, I take that back. The beginning, I was on it, and I think just I flatlined or plateaued later on, probably for different reasons. I think one of the reasons is just to put it like this, because I've experienced it all by myself, and there hasn't
Uh,
been only on the weekends, and not every weekend, but some of these weekends I've gone home to spend it with mom and dad and the local masjid I go to. So I mean, I guess that kind of made it nice. And so,
yeah.
but during the weekdays, man, it just feels like, okay, work and not eating and drinking. I mean,
Mm.
and then just like going to the masjid at night, which I haven't been doing as regularly as I do because I'm just not in the spiritual mode that I usually want to. So it's not like, yeah, it's not a top five. I think it kind of the community aspect has been missing. I think that's kind of made it less Ramadani and more
Yeah.
kind of um but yeah, what about you?
What about
Nadir.
who? Me?
You, son.
Well,
Anyone?
for me, it's I guess a bit different than Harun. Like I've been going. There's probably one night where I didn't make tarawih, or like complete the whole tarawih in the masjid. I'll just do it at home if worst case. But anyway, I don't know. I feel like for me, the part is, it's funny that you said you don't feel like you're on cloud nine. I mean, yeah, that's a part of it, maybe, but my part is more guilt, right? So I feel like I could do more, and I didn't even attempt to do more, right? Like I'm jumping for my mama, right? Like if she needs something, I'm jumping for her, and honestly, like my patience is good. I feel like I'm gonna come out of Ramadan like with a new personality. I feel like in that regard, in that aspect, A1, like no issues. And I'm usually good with that, especially during Ramadan. But I feel like I had so much opportunity to like, I don't know, just do something more with the community or just go pray more salah in the masjid or read more Quran or show up to like one of those late night khatiras where I don't know someone's talking. There's dude Abdurrahman. They have roots in Dallas, so like they do it at like 11 p.m. Yeah, it's far, but it's not like I'm doing anything. So I
Yeah.
feel like just going above and beyond, right? Because I feel like a big part of Ramadan is going above and beyond, because that's exactly when the Prophet got commanded to go and start preaching. It's like, dang, in the month of Ramadan, like this is the push month. This is not the month where it's just like I'm gonna sleep till 2:30 and then get some hasanat in when I wake up, Like I
Kind of
don't know.
did
I
see
guess
some
as far as
230
like a
today.
push month, I feel like it's somewhat been like a failure for me. But honestly, Allahu A'lam, I don't know. This Ramadan might be accepted by Allah and he might just be like, bro, you're bugging. You're doing fine. Even if you end off how you are now, accepted. Inshallah, inshallah, right?
Inshallah.
So
Yeah.
I can't really call it, but I just feel like as far as like push month, I haven't really pushed myself and things that maybe I would like to. I haven't barely even given sadaqah, bro. Like I have no cash on
Mm.
me, and then I'm always thinking cash. Bro, I was on a contract role. My contract ended, so like my income like paused for a
Hmm.
while. So I don't know.
Yeah. No, I feel you too, man.
I want to do it right now, bro.
Huh?
Bitch, I did like Batu told me, oh, we gotta give sadaqah. I had my phone in my hand. Swipe up, Chrome, boom.
Right. I used to
What
have a
is
card in my Samsung wallet. I took it off, but
I feel like the giving though, there's something better, or it's just some more fe a better feeling you get when you're actually you have the money in your hand and you do it manually as opposed to
it's true,
like
very true. It's very true,
like
dog. Yeah.
because
Honestly,
I could
But
do it on
still.
my phone, like give to, some poor kid and overseas, and like yes, that is, inshallah accepted by Allah, a lot of reward in that. But there is something psychological about putting it in that dirty brown wooden masjid donation box. Like hopefully they'll do something with it and not embezzle it.
dude, did you see that report? I didn't read the report, but there's like this report that's been floating around my like social media feeds of like this analysis of like zakat, accepting zakat organizations and how they're mismanaging funds.
Yeah. Who's
Craziness.
Yeah, yeah. There that's that I feel like that's been others, so many have been accused of that, right?
Yeah,
Like you don't
but to
know.
see like it all bunched up in one little report is like kind of wild.
Yeah.
Well,
Huh. So who's really like I guess I don't know, I just kind of go with, oh, my my friend or people I know have recommended this, or if I see like a sheikh that I know who seems pretty good, like he recommends something, and I'm like, yeah, I can probably give
Yeah,
to that one. That's kind of because I can we can't go on the back end and verify everything. Like it's kind of like halal food and stuff.
but yeah, no, you're right. There is
right.
something about like yeah, bro. There is something to like sliding to 20 or something like that in that little box.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Did your father used to give you the money to put in the box when you were a kid?
He not that much actually. Yeah. But
Like
I
my mom
do still
used
I
to
do have
do that
fond
to
memories.
us,
Uh,
right?
uh-huh.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, yeah. I think he was asking me like our dad used to do that with us. I mean, yeah. Yeah, he has.
Yeah. I just have memories of like when you're sitting down in the carpet and everybody's sliding it down, you know,
Uh
and me always sliding it down and never putting anything in. Like that.
You know, the massages I went to, we've never done the sliding the box. It's usually just in its spot, and you just go there. Or on Jum'ahs, it'll be like a physical person holding another box, and
Yeah.
saying,
And he's like,
donate to
donate.
the masjid,
Yeah,
brothers.
donate to the Masjid Brothers in the Desi accent.
Uh,
Oh man.
yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
It's
But
usually
there's
like
a
a
lot
board
of
member.
in your area, do you have a lot of like established masajid, or do you guys also have that and like little musallas that are up
Where
and
where
coming?
I'm where I'm at?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, 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 for sure. Like where I'm at, like where I grew up and everything, yeah. I mean, old masajid, like especially the one where we've been like our whole life, that's been around for decades. Like
Well,
they've just ex kept gradually expanding it, and then you do have these like little masallas in like the bottom basement of like some office building. Like
hmm.
there's like we're renting out a space, brothers, and like they have
Hmm.
this like little, and it's
Looking
like,
for
okay,
parking, come right here. Like,
yeah, and then you have that, and where I'm at here in Canton, you do have a mix kind of those like this one here
okay,
that's kind of established, and this other small one I go to, which I kind of like. Uh, Sometimes
nice.
it's nice to not be in like a mega masjid space and just have like a nice little quiet.
Yeah,
But
that's pretty much where I am, but the masjid is probably a year and a half old. So,
Mhm.
but for a year and a half old masjid, it, came up pretty fast, pretty good, pretty strong. Um, but I do like the mega mosque too. We didn't have, I don't know, I guess in Jersey it's not necessarily the size. Well,
So sometimes I do kind of like the vibe in there where it's like it's a huge I mean a dome set up and you do
yeah,
feel like, oh, there's a lot of people here and it feels like a big deal.
yeah,
It does contribute to like helps you with your mood and your spirit and all that. But when you're but there's also can be like an element of like loneliness to that if you're swimming in a sea of people who you don't really know well, and a lot of them are
yeah,
just acquaintances, and so that too. Um,
yeah. I definitely can speak on that because I moved, right? I moved from a mega mosque to coming down to Texas where there's a couple mega mosques, right?
yeah.
Mega churches, mega everything, mega and the MAGA. Anyway, um, but yeah, and now like my go-to masjid is there is one where it's not mega, it's like semi, and I absolutely love it. You know what it is? It's the sheikh. It's whoever's the imam, whoever's on the minbar or anything like that, especially if he's like a dedicated sheikh where he's not like continuously traveling because he's internet famous or something like that, right? Which is nothing wrong with that, but I moved here to be close to you. Now you're in Jersey. I just left Jersey. Like anyway. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's really like
Yeah, the
just the sheikh,
leadership.
bro.
Leadership
The
is
leadership, man.
really
I
important.
the
Yeah.
the one masjid that I connect with the people pretty well because it's very intimate. The Sheikh is young, but it's the personality is not there. He's very weak. He's super soft-spoken. He got a weak handshake. He don't know how to like get the people, shake us. Like I need that, and
You want him to like
but
point, like call you out during the middle of the khutbah?
yo, at this point, yeah, because it's too like
You
it's
right
too weak, man.
there.
It's too weak. Like I need a more I don't want to say like I don't want to sound like I'm being negative about like a person, but I kind of am. Let's just be real, right? I kind of
Yeah.
am not necessarily negative, but just giving a little criticism, I guess, critiquing, and it's
Yeah.
missing, bro. It's missing, and some of the younger upcoming, fresh out of Al Azhar shuyukh, you know what I mean? Where we may know them because we went to school with them and then they went and got the education and came back a sheikh or something like that. But then they came back fat and sloppy. And then they came back where it's like they lost their personality and it's just deen, 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 Quran, Quran, Quran. Or we used to know them as jolly kids and they were like whatever, like they were kind of like goofy, but now they came back with like dry personality and they don't know how to connect with the people because
Yeah.
connecting with the people isn't just regurgitating information, you know what I mean?
I kind of know what you mean, or I kind of sympathize with that because I did feel like when we were studying or when I was going through like early on, like when I first started, I thought that I had to take on like a certain persona in order to
Mm,
be like socially acceptable as like a scholar, as like a leader in the community or somebody who's presenting Islamic knowledge. I have to kind of, and I think to some degree, I I still sometimes do that today because I don't want to, because certain people have this belief that yes, the imam or the sheikh, he has to carry himself in a very specific way, you know? And so if I don't, then maybe, I don't really fit in. But now as I've gotten older, I'm like, you know what? Maybe the people need something more raw and not necessarily robotic and not
Right.
so like rehearsed. They
Yeah, they're
need to
just
be jolted out of their state. And so if we're just replicating, these
mm-hmm.
modes of teaching and pedagogy that we've seen, our elders and those who came before them, like we're just kind of blindly following our forefathers. Like we should also be reinventing things to meet the demands of the time, right?
Yeah,
Like in our
for sure.
speech, in our
There's
way
a
of
stigma there.
yeah, in our
But
way
at
of
it's
discussion and talking and like even, certain things like one time I was saying in a talk, like every time I mentioned the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, like I was saying like the Prophet peace be upon him, the Prophet peace be upon him said this, the
mm-hmm.
Prophet peace be upon him said that. And then some like elder guy came up to me and like just like offended by it. He's like, no, you shouldn't say that. You should say Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, like, and he got
Mm-hmm.
offended by that. And like that to me, it's just like fine, I get it. But like just I was doing that just to for the to keep the rhetoric kind of flowing.
Right.
I was saying it
Yeah.
like that, and he wouldn't. I guess he wouldn't get it. But there's always gonna be these people who, because I had so many of these experiences where maybe I did something off the cuff, ad hoc, or just not something you typically see your everyday sheikh doing. So there's always going to be that one or two people who are like, oh, that's not like mimbar etiquette, or that's not like sheikh or imam etiquette. So sometimes even me, like I feel that push and that pull, or that like I have to kind of like, okay, maybe I should, so I don't antagonize the crowd. I should be a certain way, um, just to just to keep the community happy.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true.
If all that makes sense.
I get it. I get it.
But
I
that
get
that
because
doesn't mean that doesn't mean you kill your personality, right? Like we should. Um, but I'm lucky in the sense like I don't just have a religious space to express myself. Like I can also express myself as a teacher in a public school. Um, so that can also give me a space to be another person. Um, Not that I have like split personality, but um, you get what I'm saying.
no, we don't. You have split personality.
Thank you.
That's
All
my
right,
Omar impression joke.
all right. This meeting is gonna end in like 2 minutes.
Really? It's been 40?
No, I'm just trying to like
Oh,
get us back on track.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
So Omar, yeah, we kind of I don't know if we overtalked you or whatever, but we were basically given our, how Ramadan's been for us, so you got to speak on it.
Omar, did you crash?
Listen, Allah.
Like martyr in Ramadan. He died for the
Dang.
podcast. I knew this was a bad idea. Dude, he's gone.
Really?
What?
I don't know how.
Should we like check up on him?
No, he's fine.
Yeah. Oh man. Maybe he got hit by like a Iranian drone.
Mm, he looks like a light-skinned Iranian. Doesn't he though?
But anyway, what where did we end? We were like trying to get his views on Ramadan.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
mean the
but
question
dude,
was
I feel
asked, we
I feel
both
like
answered it.
I feel I do feel that sometimes that guilt where I'm like I know I'm capable of more, and I know
Hmm.
like I can, read more and I can be better. But at the same time, like you don't want to kill yourself, because I noticed when I go too hard,
Hmm.
it's so hard to like be my best self at school and at work, and like I feel off. Like I can't give to like my students as much as if I'm like
Right.
I like if I give a lot to my worship and the evening and staying up late, and then I gotta wake up early and I gotta give to these kids, but I may not be ready to or have the energy to give to them, and that's like doing an injustice to them, you know?
I get you. But here's how that works, right? So once you start doing something for a little while, I don't remember what it was. I think science said like 6 days of doing something is like how long it takes to adapt to a new
A
whatever.
habit or
Um,
routine.
yes, yeah, basically like a routine. Um, so you get better with it with time, you know? Or just as long as you're doing something, right? As long as you're doing something.
Uh,
So there's that. It's funny because recently me and my mom, we were thinking about like one of the Hamza Yusuf videos where Hamza Yusuf was like, "Oh, for the regular Muslim, we understand that." Maybe you cannot go and study and do this and do that, and you just do the basics, praying, fasting, reading these three surahs every day. And it's funny because in his explanation of going on about being a basic Muslim, me and my mom were looking at each other, we're like, yo, we're not even like doing the basics. It's funny because I'm like,
uh,
even that is like a lot, a
yeah.
lot. Like that's like my assignment for like 4 days, or a week. And this is like a daily thing, you know what I mean? So then I start to think back to like the hadith that um I think it's like there's gonna be a time where if you practice
Like
one
one
third
tenth.
of your deen or something like that, like
Yeah.
it's you'll be accepted. So in my head I'm like, yo, we probably there.
Yeah, we've been there.
Probably there. This dude
Yeah.
came back out of nowhere with a Joker laugh. Like, what's up? What happened?
Sorry, I was in between hills and mountains, and I now I have
Uh,
5G again. So yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
That's good. We were making dua like you didn't crash or something.
Oh, thanks,
Uh,
guys.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, dude. You like man, I have like I guess it's I think it might be also the just the lack of intake is kind of it distorts your like perspective and your mood and your vision and that can also I guess like contribute to like making it harder to establish habits.
you ever
But
talk to
I
those
do feel
Muslims?
I do feel like though that like it's been I do feel that it's easier to do. I know we talk about it like a cliche, but it's easier to do good things and be more mindful and all that. Like I do kind of feel that. Um, so yeah, at least that's there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's a big part of it, right? Because that's what the Prophet came to correct, right? Was our character and our manners and things like that. So if we can hold on to that at least, I think that's a really big part, not just to Ramadan, but just to like, our who we are as an individual and our deen, because that's how we become a form of da'wah too, where we're not, you know,
Yeah.
standing on street corners and yelling out verses from Surah Tawbah. Like, so
Yeah. Everybody wants
that's,
to be like, I don't know, this has been said, everybody wants to be that like that social justice warrior or that preacher or like
yeah.
commanding everybody to right and discouraging the wrong, but at the same time, like, are you gonna do the nitty gritty? Are you doing all your basics? Like, is it? I mean, so you're gonna go to the protest, but like you didn't pray your fajr, like these kind of things, you know?
Mhm.
So it's like so much of
Yo, let me ask a question. How do we talk to people like that? Let's say, even if they are our friends, because I feel like, if we know people on a personal level, we can maybe speak a bit more freely or make them,
yeah,
I don't want to say make them feel guilty. They are guilty, whether we make them feel guilty or not. And guess what? We're guilty of stuff too. It doesn't matter. We're all guilty. That's
yeah,
fine. But at the same time, that's not an excuse to do what you do, right? Because I have a
Yeah.
friend like, and they don't really pray, but they'll go so hard for Palestine. And I'm like, dog, imagine. I told him, I was like, this is what I told him to rattle him, right? I was like, imagine you're making dua for the children of Palestine. Your dua doesn't even reach the throne of Allah. Go sully, dog. Like, just go do that. It's not just for you at the end of the day. Like, it's for
Yeah.
everything that you stand for. Everything that you stand for, right? And you're like, oh, this and that, and you're crying over and pleading to Allah and this and that. Bro, what you're saying is, I, I don't know, right? I don't know. But at the same time, I'm like, bro, how do you expect your dua to even make it to Allah's throne? Like, come
Yeah.
on,
There is that like in that Nawawi
you
hadith
know?
about that guy who's like traveling or something, and I don't want to misquote it, but he tries
There's
to
Imam
make
Dawood.
dua.
Dude, I'm envisioning Imam Dawood say this in my brain right now. Uh,
Is it?
Prophet said,
Mm,
there's a man who goes out on a journey, has
Yeah,
signs of has signs of travel. His hair is disheveled, his hair is dusty, his clothes are disheveled. He
yeah,
puts his hands up into the sky and he says, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah.
yeah.
But it doesn't get accepted because
It's like
his
food is
food
haram.
is like the money where he gets his food from is haram and where he gets his drink from is haram. And there's nothing to that hadith.
mm.
And his clothes or something like
And his
there's
clothes are disheveled and that's على فاضي. يعني قال الشيخ فراس خان it's all باطل.
yeah, pretty much. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's just a reminder of the foundations and the importance of those
Yeah.
things, you know? Like so much of your like potential or whatnot can be severed by your sins.
Yeah.
That's like a hard,
Because
like the modern person doesn't want to hear that because we just want like everybody to understand us and be compassionate with us and gentle with us and see where I'm coming from. Like that's kind of the ethos of our time, right? But at the end of the day, like I mean, this religion was not revealed to like make you feel good. Uh, and I mean, it's meant to like reposition you from like serving yourself to serving something greater. And there's going to be some, I guess, some of the word language you're not going to like, some of the rituals and things you're just not going to like, but you have to do it, right?
Yeah, I
you
mean, you would think like the older people get, the more like just fearful they would get, you know what I mean? And that just,
But sometimes like your age increases you in like your ways, right? In
uh,
your
I don't think
stubbornness.
so.
For some
Yeah,
people.
probably in stubbornness, but
And your
stubborn, if you ever notice something about stubborn people, they don't usually they don't usually come from like a big social life or big social gatherings and stuff like that. Stubborn people are people who, if they had friends, it was like a three-man group, right? Or stuff like that. Stubborn people weren't really in the community like that, or maybe doing some foot soldier work, where there was, going to marches or just being a part of like just some type of curriculum, or something like that. So like I guess what we do and what we choose and who we, decide to keep as our company, all these things kind of mold us in our adult stages. And for me, it's a little weird because I went from, I don't want to say like being popular, but like I knew like 1,000 people that I can hang out with all the time. You know what I mean? Versus
yeah.
moving 1,500 miles away and just having solitude. And the thing is, what made it more easy for me was just accepting it in my heart at first. It's not like I was like, no, I don't want to move. And then I got here and I'm miserable. Nah, like I accepted it before I even got here. So when I got here, I'm just chilling. Like, okay, what's the plan? What am I gonna do? Oh, I got some family down here. Let me go see my fam, or let me go find the
Yeah.
messages that are nearby and just drive there and something
I
like
do you,
that.
so like you think like as maybe as you get older, you start seeking quality over quantity. Um, maybe that's if has that been your experience? Like that's been for me. Like I don't
No, I still want the quantity.
you do? Maybe you're just
Yeah, I'm not
you're
gonna
just like
lie, but that's my
you're a
personality too,
social
though.
person though. You're a really
Yeah,
social, like outgoing person. So
yeah,
maybe that factors into it. But for me, it's always been kind of like these kind of things where it's just like I don't need to have the whole I don't need to have the party every weekend. If it's just like one or two people I can have a deep chat with, that is like that will be my therapy for the week.
yeah.
Like, but that's just me though. Um,
That makes sense. I like that too, you know. Um, I think
actually,
it depends too, like what's going on, and
yeah.
even though I'll have like,
Hey guys, hold on. I'm
I,
gonna cut you off.
go ahead.
Haroon, you keep an eye on that timer?
So we got 7 minutes.
All right, cool.
All right.
So yeah,
So here's one thing about me that I'll just say real quick. I have a lot of friends, but those friends are sort of like friend groups, right? So maybe something where, those are like a bunch of music heads, right? And then these people are more like into deen, into religion, or religion in general, right? And I get to chop it up with them about that. And then I'll have like, my boys who just like who got together because everyone just wants to play pool and we're all love going to the pool hall. So this is like a little
yeah.
side click we have, something like that.
Hmm.
So I feel like that could be the same thing for a lot of people where even if they are social, but they have multiple clicks and their clicks for the most part are pretty small, like four people kind
Yeah.
of thing. But I feel like at the same time that also helps even as a Muslim because it gives you like a personality to go with your um Islamic knowledge, right?
Mm.
So you get to you get to speak with and deal with people who are into different things, who have different personalities, who come from different backgrounds. So now you get to utilize all that, knowledge that you have and you know how to maneuver it, right?
Yeah, that's
So
actually
it's
that's a good point
and
actually.
especially being in
Yeah.
the West, right? Rising in the West, right? That's a really big thing. So if you're like in the Blad, maybe if you're in Syria, right, where my mom is born, it's probably a lot of like repetitive approaches and things like that because you're dealing with one culture for the most
You're
part,
in an echo
one
chamber
native,
in the
yes.
same. Yeah, yeah. No, I get what you're saying
But
because
now you're here in the West, it's different. Those things, and we as Muslims, even young, we have to think like that. I used to think like that, Kibaji. That's something that I'm like low-key proud about myself, where I would be like, hey, I know that I need to be around like all these different personalities because I can't fall short if I'm gonna defend Islam. And I'm never not gonna not defend Islam. So I gotta be ready, at least in a personality sense where I can't let someone walk over me,
mm,
right? Because I'm not
yeah,
gonna beat them with my muscles. I'm not that big. But I got a slick mouth though. That word exchange, like no, like I'll turn into a battle rapper if I have to. Like you're going to lose. So and it's happened and it has happened. And alhamdulillah for that position that Allah put me in because like I was able to do what I wanted to do in that moment. So
that's good.
that's another
Yeah.
thing too, is like Ramadan is that extra push where it's like we may want to gain some extra knowledge in order to bring it to the battlefield, aka Southside Chicago. But not for
I
real
get
though, because for the most part, the people that are ignorant are the people who live a bit of a wild card life, right? The people who like to go to those, the people who live a bit extreme, right? The guy who doesn't drink in moderation, right? But unfortunately, those are the same people that have the strongest opinion in the world. And those are the people that require the most checking. So
Yeah.
they come off very strong and bold personality. A lot of people will talk over you. A lot of people don't want to hear it. A lot of people will call you a liar in the middle of you telling the truth. And you got to know how to, you
Yeah.
know, at least if you're not going to exchange blows, you're going to exchange words, you know? But at the same time, you don't also want to waste your words on someone where they're there just because they don't want to learn. They're just there to bash you or they're there just to make you look silly for 30 seconds.
You have to know your audience. That's
Yeah.
for everything. Um, Sometimes like one method is not going to work for someone else, and sometimes it will for another person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I think also like I get that sense that sometimes conversations with people who you're accustomed to talking to, it can just end up being like we agree on everything and we kind of just that's where we are, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to be exposed to the other side, you know? And so like you have to seek that out, whether it's through books, whether it's through people or and expo if you want to be like well-rounded and complete, right? Like sometimes I will just try to like read something or put something on that's like completely opposite to the way I think, just to see
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, like how would I respond to this, right? If somebody's giving me this side, because you're bound to hear it, right? It's
Yeah.
from somebody. But anyway, we got like less than 2 minutes left here. This thing is gonna. Anybody want to like conclude this?
I will, since I didn't say much. What
Yeah,
I've heard at the beginning of the conversation was, "Oh, Ramadan is not like this and it's not like that," and I don't know how I feel about it. We got like 11 days left, and you guys all mentioned good struggles and things that you've been doing, and sometimes even answers to the problems or the questions that you brought up in the beginning.
yeah,
Not how you
You
start is
can't
how you
whoop.
finish.
Exactly. That's what Imam Siraj said on 1 year. It's like, you want to do your best to start off well, but it may be even just more important to also finish off as strong, if not stronger. So and I'll say this. Imam Zaid, he showed me his like little space in his basement where he does his khalwa. Bro,
yeah,
hardcore. Just put yourself in like this metaphorical khalwa and just finish the month off, bro.
yeah, for
Yeah.
real. That's it. And we are in the last
Khalwa is
10 days.
solitude for those that, the non-Arab speakers. The spiritual solitude, social solitude, or just all of it all together, just in a room. And may Allah accept.
Mm. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, yeah,
yeah,
Ameen.
man. May Allah accept.
yeah,
Inshallah, more Ramadans to come.
Ameen.
inshallah.
But yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna
it's good.
stop recording this.